I'm Julia Score. I'm a junior at Bishop Chatard High School, and I run the 1600, the 3200, the 800, and the 4 by 8.
Wow, you run a lot of different things,
I
right?
do.
How did you get into track and field?
Well, I started like really young. I started when I was like 6 years old
Oh
because
wow.
my friends, like family friends, were doing it, and my mom and dad like sat me down. They were like, "Oh, Julia, you want to run cross country?" And I was like, "Oh, sure." I didn't know what that was, but
Rest is history, right? You've been
yeah,
running ever since.
yes,
Oh, I love
You
it.
you've been running a while then. So
I have. Yeah.
so what's your favorite memory so far?
I really liked the at New Balance freshman year. I ran the mile. I broke the school record, which was like it was really fun because I'd never like really broken a school record before at Chatard. And then the next day, like that race was super late, so then like an hour later, it was my birthday. So
Oh
Oh
wow.
wow.
yeah.
Nice.
Oh.
That
So yeah, how did you celebrate that, right? That's a big, how do you celebrate the wins and
I ate ice cream in our hotel room.
okay, good. That's a good celebration. How else would you say? So you talk about the celebrating. How would you say that you prepare? Like that was, a very high level meet. How do you prepare for those types of competitions?
Yeah, so I definitely get nervous before, but like to try to calm those, like I like to visualize the race, like anxiety, it's like you're envisioning like everything that could go wrong. And so I kind of like to counteract that and like
Hmm.
envision everything that could go right. And then I just pray before every race. I say like, God run with me. And that kind of helps like keep the nerves at bay, but I'm definitely still working on that part because I definitely get nervous before races still.
well, it's okay to get nervous. It's just the butterflies that make you fly. Think of it that way.
Yes.
So if you're not nervous, then that's when something's gonna pop up to make you nervous, you know?
Yeah.
You're speaking Coach Ware's language with the taking the anxious thoughts and speaking something positive, like what can go right versus
hmm
what can go wrong. So
Yeah.
A lot of people are stuck on that part, like the anxious part, without
Yeah.
without the full armor, you know? So tell me, what would you consider to be the most challenging component of being a track and field athlete?
Honestly, just like staying committed because it is like a lot of work. You have to dedicate a lot of time to it. And so just you really need to be driven and like focused. And I think that's the hardest part. Like a lot of people lack the discipline to like be able to stick with it.
so what would you say for you? Because you're absolutely right. If you're not driven and motivated, it's not gonna run its course and you're not gonna perform to the level that you're expecting. How do you stay motivated, right? Because as a distance runner, you're running a lot of miles, you're doing a lot of hard work and practice to prepare for meet.
hmm I just love it. I love the process. Like that's a big thing. You have to enjoy the process because like meets will go bad, like you'll perform bad, but you just really have to love the grind and like love showing up each day and like showing up for your teammates, like encouraging them. There's just like a lot of community that goes into it too. So I think that community drives me along with just my love for the sport.
And again, in the event that you do have a setback of sorts, how do you handle that?
I definitely, so one person told me, like, be sad, you can be sad about it for like 5 minutes and then you got to move on. So, like, I definitely, like, I take a little bit of time just to be sad about it. I mean, because you have to process things. And then after that, like, 10 minutes or 5 minutes is up, like, I'm like, okay, on to the next time. And I just try to remind myself, like, one performance, like, doesn't define you. And also, like, gratitude, I think, is a major thing. So like one thing can go bad, but like in the grand scheme of things, like you are able to run, which a lot of people aren't. I'm still a child of God. My parents love me. Like I have great teammates who support me and all that. And I think the gratitude just really like puts any setback into perspective.
You're talking like an adult. Not-
Right.
I was going to ask what life lessons have you learned, but you're already talking about gratitude and you in a positive way, right? Is there anything else you would like to add to that about how being an athlete has helped shape who you are?
hmm I think it's just really like it's taught me like how to, and since I've been doing it for so long, it's like I can't really imagine not running, but it's like helps me like work with the team because track is obviously very individual, but it also like it's like beautiful because you all are doing your individual part and then like coming together and doing your best like truly helps your team. And so that's something I love about track and cross country. And so working as a team is a big one. And then, like I was saying before, like just being focused, being like driven is another major one.
Well, speaking of team, what makes you a great teammate?
I just like at Chatard, I think it's really special because we all just like we're all like very there for each other. Like if you're not racing in a meet, a lot of times like people just show up to like take splits and everything. And just we're just all very supportive there, and I think that's just great. Like builds a great community.
For sure. And so with that support, how have your parents been a support to you again running since well, they told you they said, hey, you're gonna do cross country when you were 6. So how have they been a part of your journey?
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't do any of this without my parents. Like before I could drive, my mom would take me to every practice, and there were a lot of them, obviously. And then they show up at every race. They're both like screaming for me. Like I can't hear, like when I'm running, like I cannot hear anything. I don't know. I'm just like locked in, I guess. But like I can hear like my parents yelling at me because they're yelling so loud. They'll like take my splits. They've really just been there for me at every part of the way. Like I could not have done it without them.
It's great. Share their names. We like to give shout out to parents for
Yeah.
sure.
Mike Score and Kathy Score are their names.
How do you define success when it comes to track and field? Like for you, because on any given day it could be anybody's race. So, but what is it that makes it a successful day for you?
I think success is just really like knowing at the end of the race that you put yourself into it. Like you put all you could into it. You tried your best. And it's kind of like hard in the moment if like it didn't turn out the way you wanted and you still gave it your all. But again, you just have to be like, okay, like I gave it my all. It was a success for the day. And sometimes it just doesn't work out like the way you envisioned it, but you still gave it your all, and that's all you can really do.
Leave it all on the track. How would you say you view your competitors?
Well, all my competitors, we're all like super supportive of each other. We're very nice. Like I haven't met anyone that I'm really like, oh, I don't like them. Like obviously like we're friends before we talk to each other on the line, but like once the gun goes off, it's
Mhm.
like every man for himself. But
Yes.
but so I think it's like a fun balance where it's like we can be friends like before and after, but like on the track, like I'm gonna come for you.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
Right. You have that switch, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, what do you think separates good athletes from great athletes?
I think just that determination piece, like I was talking about before, and then also just again, you just have to love the grind because if you're not happy, you're not going to do well. So you have to like enjoy each piece of it and just stick with it. Honestly, like just be determined enough to like show up, do the workouts, go in the weight room, do extra stuff. Like we do core after every practice. Like it's a lot of the little things. You have to do the little things right, and that makes the biggest difference.
Random
So,
question, but you lift weights?
Yeah, we do.
Because most distance runners are
yeah,
like,
you
oh, we
know,
don't do weights. We don't
yeah,
do weights.
Yeah,
yeah,
a lot of them are afraid of the weight room, but I honestly
yeah.
like that's what's like I haven't been injured, like praise God that I haven't been injured.
Mhm,
I've been lucky.
mhm.
But like and I think that's a major thing. It's like if you're strong, then you're not going to get injured as easily and it's just been a big help to me, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great piece of advice to
Yes.
drop, especially for distance runners, because coach is right. You usually hear this, oh no, I don't want to bulk up or, whatever the case
Yeah.
may be. And so again, you're already kind of answering some of the things I was going to ask you, but one being, what would you tell younger athletes who want to get into the sport?
Yeah, I'd be honestly, I would say, so I did not like it when I was littler. And I think just like stick with it because it does grow on you, honestly, is what I
Mhm.
tell myself when I was littler. And then also just like, again, like I'm repeating myself here, but like enjoy like the
Yeah.
little things and stuff like that because like enjoy your teammates. Because I stuck with it because I loved my teammates and I loved like the friendships that it gave me. And like, that was huge because now like I mean like I was 6 and like I did not like it, but I kept with it because it gave me friends, and so and now I'm happy that I stuck with it, you know.
For sure. Well, that's great advice.
Right. Now, I know we talked about being on a team and being a great teammate. Is there anything in particular that makes you really, really enjoy being on a team in a sport that's individual, like track and cross country?
Hmm. Yeah, so our little distance gang at practice, we're just like a big family. We did today we did the ice bucket challenge. Like
Oh,
we
wow.
we threw like the ice water because a girl on our team was nominated, and so we all went out and like threw ice water at her. So
Oh, wow.
we do like fun little things like that. Team bonding is a big one. Like we did an escape room. What else have we done? That was a big priority because we felt like our team had kind of been a little separated like in the past,
Mm.
and so this year like we don't have any seniors on our like distance side this year, which is crazy. And so Cece and I, the juniors, we have to be like kind of in charge of like the team bonding and everything. And so we're like, okay, we're doing team bonding. We did an escape room. We did like pancake breakfast. We did a bunch of like little things like that. And so I just love like the things we do together. I love being around them. Like they're my best friends. So
Yeah, I love that. Makes me want some pancakes right now. Do you feel, especially since you've been running at such a young age, that you've had to sacrifice anything to be a track and field and cross country athlete?
Yeah, I think the main thing is like my friends will be doing something after school and I'll be like, "Oh no, I can't have practice." That's a big text that I send a lot. Oh, I can't have practice. But I wouldn't do anything different really because I squeeze it in when I can. Like Saturdays after a meet, I'll go over. But that's the main thing, just not being able to do stuff with your friends, like because you have practice and stuff. But yeah.
You have a good mix of friends. You have your friends that are on the team and then your friends who may not be in that particular sport. So that makes it all the more wide. You have a wide range of people you can call friends, but definitely that family and team camaraderie because you're doing the same workouts and
Yes. We're
going to
going
the
into battle
same meetings.
together.
Yes, dealing
Not
with
only
all
going into
types of
battle,
different
you
weather.
suffered together.
Yeah, it's like trauma bonding.
Yeah, exactly. It's one of those things. Now,
Yeah.
when it comes to track and field, typically everybody works hard. What is it that sets you apart outside of working hard? Like, what's your X factor? So, if I was a college coach looking at you, what do you think I would see in you? And I would say, hey, she's just got it's something about her. What is that about you?
That's a good question, but I think a lot of girls, well, I do, I mean, lifting weights is another big one, like, and then like I do physical therapy to like prevent getting injured because like once you're injured, it already happened, you know, but like if you can prevent it, that's great. Also, I think I'm a good teammate. I think I'm supportive, and a lot of girls like that are high achieving are like their only thing is like a lot of them their only thing is like running, you know, and I feel like I'm pretty well rounded in that aspect because I think if it was just running all the time I would get burnt out really easily. So yeah.
Yeah, I would agree with it. Most of the people who I know who started in any sport, it's not even just running, any sport when they were 6, by the time they're 16, it's over. You
Yeah.
know, it's like I see it all the time. It's like I've been playing soccer since I was 6, or I've been playing football since I was 6. And if it doesn't, if it just takes one little thing, like, oh, I stubbed my toe, I don't want to do this anymore. It's like any excuse works. But yeah, what would you say is probably one of the most unexpected lessons you've taken away from track and field? Just
Mm,
life lessons.
yeah. Unexpected lessons. Honestly, just so I'm a perfectionist, which a lot of distance runners are. We're very type A people, but just like kind of rolling with the punches, going with the flow more. It's really helped me with that. And I don't think that I would expect that because like you're trying to do everything right, but it's really just taught me that no matter how much you prepare, sometimes things just don't go your way and you have to let it go and move on to the next thing.
Mhm. So look, you're dropping great nuggets, right? And so I know coaches, or we both know coaches have given you feedback or advice about how you performed or how practice is going? How do you handle that feedback from your coaches?
I think I try to take everything in. Like we're really working on like in the middle of my mile, like I slow down typically just because get into no man's land, and so we're really trying to work on that and practice. But also, I think my coaches know like right after a bad performance, like not to mess with me. Like I need a second, and then they'll be like, okay, like let's talk about what we can do better.
You need your 5 to 10 for
Yes,
sure.
I do.
I guess I didn't think of that in terms of most distance runners are type A personality.
Yeah.
But I can see that because the harder you work, the more you seem to see in terms of outcome. When you've had a major obstacle or a major disappointment, how do you overcome that?
I think again, just like the gratitude, like I'm still a child of God. My parents still love me. I have a roof over my head, all that stuff. Like it just like, I mean, it puts things into perspective in a way that like it doesn't like discredit like the bad, like the negativity you're feeling, but it makes it seem a little more like less important.
Mhm, mhm.
Yeah.
What would you say your goals are for this outdoor season? And
Okay,
you don't have to
so
share too, yeah, I'll get share however much you feel comfortable because some people like to keep it close to the vest until they, do.
I like to share them because I think
Okay.
if you speak it out loud, like it means you
Yes.
truly believe it, you know. And so
Yes.
my 2 mile goal is 10:10 in the 2 mile, and I want to go sub 450 in the mile. And for cross country, I want to go sub 16 and get like this is next year, but and then
Yes.
go I want to get top 10 at either NXN or Foot Locker.
Nice. I love it.
Yeah,
Speak it into existence.
right.
Here for it.
That's impressive. I mean, I've never because the cross country one is like the weather is like the big deal for me.
Yeah.
That's I'm not a cold person, and I know it's usually by that time it's definitely cold out, and
Yeah.
you're trying to run fast in the cold. I applaud you. You know,
Thank you.
I truly do. If we had to ask your teammates or your coaches to describe you in one word, what would it be?
That's a good one. I think persistent would be one that a lot of people would use because, or actually, we do words. So we do words for cross country. Like we write words on our legs. We each like choose one, and my word's mighty because like God is mighty, and God
Oh,
makes me mighty. Okay, and so that might be one that they use, but also like persistent because I feel like I just try to like no matter what goes wrong, like I got to keep going forward.
I love that. Mighty. So you only do it for cross country, you don't do it for track? Because now I'm gonna
Yeah, it's just
look to
like a cross
see.
country thing. I
Okay.
don't
Looking forward to seeing Mighty on your leg at one of the track meets. Okay.
know.
Right.
Bad, bad. Yeah, so, Julia, if we wanted to follow you on social media platforms, share out with the viewers where to continue to follow your success for this upcoming outlook.
Okay. So, at Julia.score is my Instagram one, and then at Julia capital S score is my Twitter one. And then follow BCXC Trojans.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Julia, we appreciate you joining us. We look
Yeah,
forward
thank
to
you for
seeing you
having
this
me.
season.
Yes.
Yeah, you have a great one, and we will
Yes. Thank you,
see you
Julia.
soon. I think
Yeah,
I
thank
think we
you.
bump into
Bye.
you at a few meets this year.
Yeah, we do. We do.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'll see you there then.
Yes, for sure.
yeah, because we're at North Central, in case you didn't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, have a
Okay.
good one.
Talk soon.
Okay,
Good
you
luck.
too.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.